Hello. All right. Today is Thursday. Well, now it is Friday, March 22nd, 2019. Overlay for the Underlay kicks off right now as we talk about the Gwinnett County of Georgia's voter suppressed and racist 2019 no vote to expand badly needed MARTA public transportation in the area. What is going on, my people? I'm Cheryle Renee Moses, aka B Boomer, and I'm bringing you my perspective, a baby boomer perspective on all things from news, politics, lifestyle, and just being a creative and innovator. But for right now, we're going to talk about this MARTA vote. So, on August 2nd of 2018, the Gwinnett County Board of Commissioners decided to have a special election to ask voters two sentences, whether they wanted the 1 cent tax for us to expand MARTA in the area. And that special election was held this past Tuesday, March 19th, and it failed. And this was part of the strategy of the Republican Board of Commissioners. And if it had passed, it would have benefited hundreds of thousands of folks who live here in Gwinnett County, but who do not have a vehicle because of income, or not old enough to drive, or who are very mature and no longer drive and need public transportation. Georgia, well, Metro Atlanta, we have a serious transportation problem. Our traffic is horrendous. And we've had several companies have left Gwinnett County simply because there was no public transportation. And that's a huge benefit for corporations in bringing flexibility to their employees. I'm giving the Board of Commissioners a big fat F for not including the referendum on the November ballot. I'm giving them an F for spending over $750,000 on a special election for two sentences. Now, Republicans talk about always being fiscally responsible. This was such an irresponsible move that we know it had to be for a reason. It was a strategy. And I'm bringing this up as my first episode of Overlay for the Underlay because this election demonstrates what Overlay for the Underlay means. They used the idea of going ahead and voting to bring MARTA to Gwinnett County as an election topic in November, knowing full well they had already plotted to make sure that this was a voter suppressed special election for that referendum. I'm very disappointed in those citizens of Gwinnett who feel threatened by having public accessibility to the county. I've never seen or heard of a thief using public transportation to haul off their load that they stole. This is all a racist and a white supremacist move on the part of Gwinnett County politicians, business owners who really run the county. But this is on the head of the Board of Commissioners. Gwinnett County is the most diverse county of Georgia, most diverse in the southeast of the United States, but yet has always been white run since the inception of the county. And although it is the most diverse, everything is geared toward racism and white supremacy and continuing to alienate all non-white races. This is a perfect example of systemic and institutional racism, which is at the core of the United States of America and is the reason for all ailments. I will say, as I say each time, that racism, white supremacy, is at the core of all of our ailments in the country. No one wants to talk about racism. Nobody wants to hear it. You mention it, it's almost like flicking on a light in a roach-infested house, because soon as I say racism, everybody scatter. Oh, duck and dodge. And if at that moment when I bring up racism, if folks could shrink, if they could shrink themselves into a little dot to roll up out of there, they would. We've got to change that, and I will continue to speak on that and bring light to the real reasons behind folks doing things as politicians in Gwinnett and in Georgia and nationally. I'm Cheryle Renee Moses, a.k.a. B Boomer. And I want to thank you for joining me this evening. You will get to hear much more from me from a baby boomer perspective, a.k.a. B Boomer. So I look forward to hearing from you, and we'll be able to talk via chat, as well as I'll start giving out the number so you can call live. All right. Hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your eyes. And go courageously as you pursue your dreams. I sure am. Holla black. Peace.